As the signal indicated, the natives and the key are within the structure, but...
Yes, Karg.
Everyone is goddamn excited for the new He-Man movie, and that excitement can be proven by the fact that fans have again started listening to this song on loop. The viral He-Man "What's Up" meme, often known online as HEYYEYAAEYAA, or Fabulous Secret Powers, has become one of the most famous internet jokes ever connected to the franchise. Director Travis Knight has even confirmed that the new movie acknowledges the meme and uses the actual song in a way that fits the story. Even the cast and crew seem to be having fun with the franchise's meme legacy. And honestly, it feels like we are all going to find yet another film of 2026 to be obsessed with. I mean, 2026 already has plenty of big genre films in the conversation, and now it is the time of Masters of the Universe to thrill us. If you have followed this channel from day one, you must already know that there are a few videos related to Masters of the Universe, and that itself says a lot. We love that franchise, and we just cannot wait to see how this new movie handles Eternia, He-Man, Skeletor, and all the weird corners of this universe. So yes, while being on the verge of losing our patience, let us all talk about Karg. Do y'all remember Karg? Or have y'all forgotten about it? Either way, Karg appears to be coming back into the He-Man universe. But truly, who the heck is Karg from the Masters of the Universe lore? And how exactly does he connect the 1980s He-Man with the current iteration? Let's find out.
Our world. I'm gonna fight for it.
Who the heck is Karg from the He-Man universe? Who the hell is Karg even? What is his purpose throughout the franchise? What was his role in the 1987 film Masters of the Universe? What is his relationship with Skeletor and especially He-Man? What are his powers and abilities? Basically, all we need to know is that Karg is a character who did not belong to the first wave of the Mattel toy line for Masters of the Universe. In fact, the Karg most fans are talking about today was a movie original character introduced in the 1987 live-action film Masters of the Universe, directed by Gary Goddard and released by Canon Films. He was created for the film's version of the story and is widely described in Masters of the Universe reference sources as a replacement-style character used instead of Trapjaw. Played by Robert Towers, Karg appeared in the 1987 movie as one of Skeletor's minions. He was a strange, hook-handed villain who helped lead Skeletor's forces during the hunt for the Cosmic Key and He-Man. However, unlike Evil Lyn, Trapjaw, Triclops, Merman, and other classic villains, Karg was not originally one of the most famous toy line villains. He was a movie original edition, which is why many casual fans may not immediately remember him. In fact, he was made for the Canon Films version of He-Man, a version that leaned into a darker, weirder sci-fi fantasy look. His hook hand gives him an unconventional villain design, while his pale monster face and wild hair make him memorable despite not being one of the franchise's main villains. Later collector material helped expand Karg beyond the movie-only status. In the Masters of the Universe Classics collector line, Karg was reintroduced as Commander Karg, also described as an evil inquisitor with a horrible hook. Collector bios presented him as a cruel servant of Skeletor with a much deeper backstory, including the detail that he was the son of a Spelian archduke and a mad human baroness. So Karg went from being that creepy hook-handed guy in the 1987 movie to a deeper villain in the collector lore. He may not be a top-shelf Masters of the Universe villain, but he is exactly the kind of deep-cut character longtime fans love talking about. Now let's move on to the next topic. Karg's role in the 1987 movie. It is definitely not a mystery why people remember Karg when they talk about the 1987 film Masters of the Universe. In that movie, Skeletor captures Grayskull as part of his plan to seize ultimate power. At the heart of the story is the Cosmic Key, a portal device created by Gwildor. Karg, serving as one of Skeletor's minions, is sent to help retrieve the key and capture He-Man. In a nutshell, Karg serves as one of Skeletor's field villains. While a megalomaniacal Skeletor sits on the throne and tries to become the master of the universe, Karg is one of the bad guys sent out to do the dirty work. And this is why fans remember him vividly. He is not as powerful as Skeletor, nor is he as iconic as Evil Lyn. And he was never as toy famous as Trapjaw. Instead, he represents the 1987 film's original villain flavor. He looks grimier, more grotesque, and more live-action monster-esque compared to many classic cartoons. Now this is where things can get confusing. There is also a Filmation character named Karg, but that one is a different character and should not be mixed up with the hook-handed villain from the 1987 film. The Filmation usage is connected to the episode The Return of Orko's Uncle, but that Karg is not the same famous movie villain fans are discussing today. In fact, multiple Karg entries exist in He-Man media, which often confuses people. Even fandom resources treat the name as something that needs clarification. But when modern fans talk about Karg returning, they usually mean the hook-handed 1987 movie character, played by Robert Towers. Karg's entrance into the toy line. Now, let us talk about how Karg finally became part of the toy lore and stopped feeling like a forgotten movie-only character. In the 1980s, when the film was released in theaters, Karg remained a cult character partly because he did not receive a major vintage action figure in the original line. That made him different from many classic Masters of the Universe villains, whose popularity was directly tied to the toys. Decades later, Mattel's collector-era universe finally embraced him. The Masters of the Universe Classics line, especially through Super 7's later releases, turned Karg into a proper collector figure. The figure drew inspiration from the 1987 film's production design and from the work of concept artist William Stout, who contributed to the movie's look. If we take a look at collector listings and figure coverage, Karg is described as an evil commander or inquisitor, aligning him with the original film's depiction while giving him more official lore texture. His packaging tagline calls him the Evil Inquisitor with a horrible hook, which is a pretty wild description for a Masters of the Universe villain. This matters because Masters of the Universe often expands the lore of forgotten characters through toys, bios, comics, and collector lines. That is exactly why we get to witness Karg's transformation from that creepy guy from the 1987 movie into a recognized member of Skeletor's wider villain roster. Karg is back in the 2026 movie. Yes, you heard it right, my dear viewers. Karg appears to be back in the 2026 iteration of Masters of the Universe. This new addition to the world of Masters of the Universe is directed by Travis Knight and stars Nicholas Galitzine as Prince Adam, also known as He-Man. The cast also includes Jared Leto as Skeletor, Camila Mendes as Teela, Idris Elba as Duncan, also known as Man-at-Arms, and Alison Brie as Evil Lyn. The new film follows Prince Adam's return to Eternia to fight Skeletor and protect his world. That is why the return of a 1987 movie villain like Karg does not feel like random fan service. It feels like the movie may be trying to connect classic Filmation memories, old live-action deep cuts, toy line mythology, and modern blockbuster storytelling into one big Masters of the Universe celebration. Reports and fan coverage around the movie's merchandise have shown that some of the weirdest villains from He-Man history, including Karg, Gygor, and Pigboy, appear in the Mattel Brick Shop Clash at Snake Mountain building set tied to the movie. Mattel's official product page describes the set as a movie-based Snake Mountain build with 12 nano-world figures and authentic movie details, while He-Man.org and other Masters of the Universe collector coverage identify Karg, Gygor, and Pigboy among the revealed figures. That makes Karg a direct bridge between the old canon films He-Man and the modern Amazon MGM and Mattel Studios reboot. However, the safest thing to say right now is that Karg appears to be part of the new film's villain roster. Until the film itself fully confirms his role on screen, we should not overstate how large his part is. A few differences can already be noticed in his modern design. While the character still carries the hook-hand identity that connects him to the 1987 version, the look appears more militarized and less wild-haired than the old movie design. That makes sense for a modern blockbuster that is trying to honor older designs while still making them feel new. Additionally, the 2026 film does not seem to be pulling only from one corner of Masters of the Universe history. The cast and merchandise suggest a mix of classic characters, deeper toy lore, and movie-era references. That gives fans hope because what if Karg becomes a more mainstream villain after this modern touch? We have seen obscure comic and toy characters suddenly gain new life after appearing in big movies. Cassandra Nova became much more widely discussed after Deadpool and Wolverine, and there is a chance Karg could get a similar, smaller scale boost from Masters of the Universe. If I am allowed to give a penny of thoughts from my side, I am pretty sure that this film has the ingredients to make Masters of the Universe fans happy. And even if not every choice works perfectly, at least the inclusion of a character like Karg shows that the filmmakers and toy team understand how deep and weird this universe really is. Anyways, that is it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then do not forget to drop a like and share it with your friends and family. Also, for more such videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Lore Lockdown, and do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you do not miss any amazing explanation on wild comic book and movie lore. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.